Load up. Go live. Is it going to work?
Yay!
Is it not? Is it not going to be an asshole today?
No.
Hello, everybody. I am TJ, and that is Adam. Welcome to Amigos After Dark, another road edition. So all you guys get to be my roadies this Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Yeah, we get exclusive rights to TJ's trial of glory holes as he goes from one location to another.
There is no such thing as ghosts. Ghosts are bullshit. How many times have I got to tell you guys this? There is only one ghost that exists, and his name is Gaspar, the gay ghost. Ooh.
Like, oh, he sounds fancy. Oh.
First and foremost, out of the gate tonight, Illinois Times has published their best of Springfield results.
Yep.
Congratulations to Best Podcast once again, 2024, Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster. Congratulations to that whole crew. Everybody. It's everybody but Jason. It's very well disturbed. Everybody on that show does a great job. They work their asses off, except Jason. Yeah, he falls asleep and complains a lot. But everybody else, the Stain, Ray, Dan, Christina, Steve, I mean, just amazing job. Once again, they got it.
It's like, I'm telling you, the only way
dude,
Ray
Tommy got snow on Halloween? Huh?
That kind of sucks, Tommy. The only way Ray is not going to get Illinois Times is if he just stops.
No, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's going to take a lot. He got first, and it wasn't even close.
No, yeah, that was a decimation. I'm sure of it. But,
yeah.
I mean, the reason being is, and this is why there are a lot of people that complain about it in Illinois. What is this Illinois Times that you speak of? Marvin used to call it the ill-advised Times.
It only happens here in central Illinois.
Yes, it is this rag that they have in this town called Springfield.
Seemingly, yeah.
What the heck is on Illinois? Or what is in Illinois? Yeah, I got to agree with Tommy on that. What is this Illinois that you speak of?
Sure he's not pronouncing it Illinois.
He might be at this point. I know I do, Tommy. All right, so you guys know that I like to go out to Las Cruces and visit with my friends and everybody out there, right? I make it a point every time I drive by Fort Bliss to flip that place off for Tommy. I think so highly of Tommy that every time I drive by Fort Bliss, that place gets the middle finger all the way past.
Okay.
But I got to admit that I've never heard tell of such place. Sounds miserable. Well, you're going to be not hearing a whole lot of tale of different places to begin with because you're snowed in Montana.
Yeah. Say, it's not a picnic here, I can tell you that. I would much rather be in some other state.
Oh, yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah. It's like, I got out. I got a taste of what it was like. I came back because of my parents.
That's all I could do is just snicker at that. Oh, thank you. El Paso sucks. You know, if I was to move back over to that part of the state, honestly, I would move into Anthony. I would move into Anthony, Texas, which is right on the New Mexico state line. So if I need something in El Paso, it's there. If I need something in Las Cruces, it's there. The rest of the time, I'm in the middle of desert nowhere.
Yeah, that'd work. Especially with your coach. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Dude, they've got Anthony, Texas actually has an RV park there that I was checking it out the other day. $400 a month. I pay my electric. That's it. And it's nice. It's actually really nice.
So if you ever felt like it, you could just kind of drop everything and go over there for a month.
Yeah, if I need to bug out for a month, I may head that way, you know.
Tommy.
Worst 30 days of my life. It is like I've seen the hell I will be judged to. You were only at Fort Bliss for 30 days, Tommy? Really? Kind of blown away by that.
Sounds like that was 30. Sounds like it was 31 days too long.
Yeah, it might have been. Like, I just got off the bus. What the fuck am I doing here? Oh, hell, I thought you were there longer than that, the way you talk about it. And he says, yeah, he was only there for 30 days.
It was just that bad.
Oh, shit. He says he almost lost rank while he was there. Damn. See, like, I have some good memories of El Paso. None of them around the Fort Bliss area, but I do have good memories of El Paso, the city. Of course, I have many fond memories of Las Cruces. I think where Tommy, if you would have been stationed at White Sands Missile Range, I think you would have done fantastic. Yeah, and everybody's got different, different scenarios. Like Tommy says, it was a bad spot for him. For me, I mean, I absolutely loved it, and yes, Juarez got me into a little bit of trouble, but I managed to outrun the federales and jump over the border, and I was okay. I mean, let me tell you something. If you're in downtown Juarez, don't pee on a cop. Just don't do it. You're going to run for your life.
That's just advice you should take wherever you are at, TJ. Don't piss on a cop and don't piss off a cop.
Well, I mean,
don't do
he couldn't say it's better at that point. Whatever the Spanish talking was, he could not say better to be pissed off than pissed on, because he was pissed off because he got pissed on. And I can honestly say it wasn't me that pissed on him. It was a friend of mine that I was with that got so obliterated drunk at Drink and Drown that one of the cops was giving him shit. He just walked out, unzipped, and pissed all over this cop.
Wow.
I'm like, dude, you just pissed on a federale. Run! Wow. Oh my God. Tommy says he woke up in White Sands after being blackout drunk in Mexico. A long fucking story.
I would say so.
Not really.
We should have Tommy on sometime to tell us that story.
I am not forcing Tommy to relive anything like that because I'm going to be honest. You go to Juarez, you wind up blackout drunk. If you're going there to get blackout drunk, you might as well look up and say, here's to all of us tonight, and whatever fucking happens, and pray that the worst thing that happens to you is that you wake up in the middle of the desert naked. That's it. That's it.
See, that's something I'm probably not ever going to find out.
I mean, now it's a lot more difficult to get over the border.
Tommy woke up with at an Air Force base with a big girl. Thank goodness.
Oh, so you woke up at Holloman. I know the Air Force base. It's in Alamogordo. I drive by and flip that place off too.
Yep, Tommy confirmed it. Exactly.
Oh man, no, good old Alamogordo. I'll tell you what. Here's kind of the neat thing about Alamogordo, New Mexico. I don't care where you've been. You go into Alamogordo, New Mexico. Even to this day, and I found this out recently, even to this day, going into Alamogordo, you're stepping back into the mid to late 80s. You want to know what it looked like? Watch Back to the Future. You also want to know what it looked like? Go to Alamogordo. They're stuck in the 80s. I turned on their local radio. No, I mean literally.
Okay.
Like I turned on their local radio station. They're like, and here's this great hit from Michael Jackson. I'm like, dude, no. Who's one of the greatest artists breathing? I'm like, he's dead.
Yep.
I'm just sitting here like, what are you people doing to the industry?
Looping some recording of past stuff. Man. Tommy said, so are we in northwestern Montana. The 80s arrived last week.
Yeah, so Tommy was back in the 70s until then. Tommy probably had a local there in northwest Montana that was driving around in an Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. But yeah, no, Alamogordo is literally, you're stepping back into the 1980s and you're like, it just blows your mind at how they could be that far behind the times. But they don't care. All right, so I got to talk about this. I've got a friend who has been complaining. I mean, just incessantly complaining that he wants a convertible. So I go in and I start doing a little digging, and I'm like, man, you know what? I sent him a picture of one. I said, this is a 2009. It's a hardtop retractable convertible. It's a BMW. It's a really nice car. I mean, this is a car that I would be happy to have.
Okay.
And I'm like, what do you think? And he's like, oh my God, man, that's really nice. Owned by a doctor in Alamogordo, New Mexico. And 38,000 original miles on this car. Oh, wow. Right?
Yeah.
So I said, let me call the dealership and see what they want to do on this car. I'm like, 2009. A 2009 is not, I don't care what it is. Yes, yeah, you're right. There are. Tommy's absolutely right. There are original non-restored Model A's and Model T's running around that area. Absolutely correct. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's a 2009. I know how book values work in New Mexico. Hell, I used to appraise cars there when I worked at the car dealership, right?
Right.
38,000. I mean, I know for a fact on a 2009, 38,000 miles, that car's book, retail book, is 12,000.
Okay.
Okay. Miles, and the only reason it's up that far is because it's got low miles. Oh, that's not good.
Hey, DJ.
Who got in there?
Oh, we got Mike. He's just logged in under his YouTube name, so it's DJ Freaky.
Well, so all right. So to kind of continue my story here, so I call him up today, right? Hey,
Right.
saw the car, got a friend who might be interested. What do you guys want for it? Well, we have it on consignment. I rolled my eyes right there. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I have it on consignment. Was owned by a local doctor. I said, I do know how to read. I'm looking for bottom dollar. He wants $19,990. I said, is he high?
Hey, Odie. I don't know. Something.
I was like, I ran the book on that car before I called. I mean, what is he smoking crack?
Must be.
I mean, I don't know if you could smoke LSD. I wish Steve was here. He's the drug expert. Can you smoke LSD? I don't know if you can. But if you can, this guy must be smoking LSD.
Maybe he just laced something with LSD.
I mean, it's just, I was like, whoa, $19,990. I said, it don't even book for that. Well, it's a BMW. I said, you know what? I could go find a turd, slap BMW on it. Does that make my turd worth a lot of money? I was like, let's face it, 2009, it's 2024. That car is 15 years old.
Yeah.
Let me add to that. He goes, what's that? I said, 38,000 miles? That ain't doing a 15-year-old car a service. It's been neglected.
Yeah, it means it's not being driven.
Fat 420 says, angel dust on a big double.
Doobie. That's what he said. Lace angel dust on a big doobie is good. TJ, are you there? All right. Well, apparently we lost TJ in the middle of his story. Yes, Mike, I do like your name on YouTube. It's it's funny to me and it makes me chuckle a little bit. Until TJ comes back, I guess I'll just go over Halloween. We had some trick-or-treaters tonight, but it's also my stepdaughter's birthday. She turned 17. It's weird. It makes me feel way too old. We just sat down and we played cards. Nothing really of consequence. Really, I wish it was more entertaining than that, but it wasn't. We played Cards Against Humanity and played it a little bit more adult than we should. Tommy, I don't know where TJ has been teleported to. Maybe it was the White Sands. I don't know. I don't know why we're not hearing him right now.
What happened is I was checking in for FedEx and letting them know that I'm here and I'm getting my fuel. I dropped the trailer and I had to do my paperwork. Now I got to get my fuel.
That's cool.
427. So you played Cards Against Humanity, the adult version.
Yeah, with my now 17-year-old stepchild.
Oh, what a bad parent you are, encouraging that kind of thing.
Get out of here. The corruption of her started when I moved up to Wisconsin 2 years ago.
I would never corrupt a child.
Yes, that's right. I would never corrupt a child.
Ever. How shameful.
How dare me, sir.
Why would anyone ever corrupt a child? I will, however, work my butt into the ground. You're going to have to read the chat room. I'm on the ground. I can't read it from here.
Okay, so Tommy said that, he says, Fed, you a FedEx, TJ? You a cop? And then
Federal Express, not Federal Explosives.
Or an ex-federal. But, no, Mike says, ha ha ha, the bull chips.
Well, I mean, if you want to go that route, I am prior military police, so I guess I would be an ex-Fed.
Yeah, technically, yes.
Technically.
Yeah. And tonight was, my stepchild made a request. She wanted pumpkin pie instead of cake. So we had that. We also had 2 different types of chili. And it was just really kind of a calm day. At about 7:30, we got tired of handing out candy. So the last group of kids we got the rest of our candy. Oh, yeah.
You know what I want for Halloween?
I can't give it to you. You need a girl for that.
No, I want the phone number for this redhead that's driving this yard spotter truck. My God.
I definitely can't help you with that.
I'm telling you. My God.
Okay, Tommy says MPs just 11 Bravo and waiting. And Mike says we all have something or another, TJ. Corrupted our kids or grandkids.
I don't know if I'm going to be corrupting anything anytime soon.
And 420 says, share the wealth, TJ.
Come to Texas. Or go to Montana. There's plenty of gorgeous women in both.
420, he can't spread the wealth. There's only one redhead. But there may be others.
Well, I mean, I've got a couple of former students that are now over the road that those girls would probably stop in and give 420 a good time.
Stop by Peoria and get 420.
I know, right? Oh, that might be the way to go, you know?
that work for you, 420? We'll start advertising for
Hey,
you.
you know
when
what?
people
Let me call one of my former students. She feels really bad. Oh, I wouldn't accidentally drool at work. I only do that on purpose. Oh, hey, there you go. There you go, 420. That might keep you going there. Tommy says that their women in Montana are mean. They're into pegging. All right, so we send Steve to Montana. Because not only would he be into that, he comes with his own dildo. So be all ready to go for him, you know? Well, I guess you could count that as a threesome, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, he might.
You know,
the closest he gets.
I joke about it a lot, but dude, I've never been in a threesome with actual bear claws, like the donut. Can you peg somebody with a donut? I mean, I'm not going to eat a bear claw donut after it's. I'm not eating a bear claw donut after it's been up somebody's butt, but.
What about a tiger tail?
No, that's not happening either.
At least it's not a long john. Okay.
Now that would be more somebody else I know.
Yeah.
But no, you know, like I said, or I was getting ready to say, I've never been in a threesome.
Yeah, neither have I. I haven't.
Damn, everybody's breaking up again.
So as far as I know,
that's what happens when I walk into a building.
Well, you shouldn't hit the wall. Use a door. Come on, TJ.
Use a door?
Yeah, you said you walked into a building. Walls aren't that forgiving, man. $420. I need a big titty goth girl. I can do lines off her nipples. Oh my god.
Well, there you go. That sounds pretty much like 420.
Yes, it does.
That's him all the way.
Yeah. 420, we love you. Just not, dude. Okay, and Mike asks,
nope, never.
Friday.
I am at work, and it is a Thursday, but I am at work. And yeah, no, Tommy, I've never been in a threesome ever once. Not once.
And yeah, me the same. Never been in one.
Because every woman every single woman I wind up in a relationship with, I have noticed that I have a type.
Crazy,
and it's
psychopathic.
It's not necessarily a good type. They are all on. They're all on the very far end spectrum of psycho. And I don't know if they were like that before I met them or if I made them that way. I'm still trying to figure that out. Now, if you ask Squirrel, she says that I made them that way.
Okay.
Threesomes can be interesting. It sounds like a lot of work, to be honest. But the other side of it is like these women, when I get with them and I'm dating them, and then I'll bring it up. Like I brought it up to my ex-wife, and I'm like, you know what I'd like for my birthday? And she goes, what? And I said, I would really like a threesome. And she goes, are you fucking high?
Is that what it's going to take to get this going on?
Fat 420 says a threesome, one on the face and one on the bone. Yeah, buddy. And Tommy was saying he may or may not have. That is still left up to interpretation. But no, I'm actually
deny such allegations.
I am confirming without denial that no, I've never once been in a threesome.
I haven't even been offered to be in a threesome. They just never have.
You know, like I said, every woman I've wound up with, and they all get to this level of fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, for me, every woman I've been with until I got to Julie didn't want to have sex. Like, especially my two ex-wives, as soon as we got married, she shut it down.
Wow.
It was just ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, you do know what the common cure is for a woman's sex drive, right?
No, I'd like to hear this.
Wedding cake.
If you say what I'm already. What?
Wedding cake. It'll shut it down every time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But no, you know, like I said, it's amazing to me because they all go way out on psycho left field. That's why there are certain women that are out there that they are very, very good friends that I never want to fucking date because I don't want to see the psycho come out. I really think it's me.
So I don't know if it's me that these close friends don't even become friends with benefits.
No, absolutely not. And you know what? That's it. It's like after we sleep together, then the psycho starts to come out. And then if we make it a relationship, it's out a little bit more. Oh, God, go with the ring. I'm fucking done, man. The next one's going to kill me. The next one is going to kill me. I swear to God, it's going to happen.
Well, better make it worth it.
I'm absolutely just, and I really do. I think it's me. And I don't ask much. I'm like, hey, you know, I'm struggling taking care of the bills. Would you mind getting a job and helping me out? No, that's your job. I think Tommy may hit it right there on the head. The better looking the bitch, the bigger the problems. That reminds me of Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. I can take care of the bike, but I can't take care of the bitch. But yeah, and in all honesty, I'm just like, I'll use my ex-wife as an example here. Hey, I'm struggling on bills. It's tough. Things are difficult. Money's really tight. I can't pay for everything that you want to go do. And I mean, this was a couple years after our son was born and he was doing a lot better. I'm like, would you please go back to work and help me out? And she looked at me and she goes, no. I said, why not? She goes, it's your job to pay all the bills. Okay. Then.
Okay, so what's her part in the relationship then?
I said, okay. So, you know, I'm also tired. I'm also really tired of coming home to a filthy home.
Yeah.
would you mind cleaning the house while I'm at work? Well, yes, I would mind. What do you mean?
That's part of your job.
That's also your job to clean the house. So, well, there's a certain way I like it done, so maybe I'll concede that factor as well. All right, so let me go with this. Could you at least cook a friggin' meal and please have it ready for me when I get off of work? No. Why not? You're supposed to have the money so you can eat out or cook it yourself. I am only supposed to cook for me and the kids.
No, actually. If you're going to play the role of provider and housewife, then the things that need to be done at home, cooking, cleaning, that kind of stuff, need to be done by her, especially if she expects you to do the sole providing for the family.
Right. So what did I do
She's
for the
got
next?
pick up.
So I was like, you know what? I got a plan. And I mean, I formulated it right there on the spot. Probably the worst plan in the world, but I came up with a plan. I said, I got a plan. And I'm going to put it into practice starting tomorrow. We're going to see who's going to hold out. Starting the next day, that night, because again, she's like, well, then you figure out your dinner. Okay. I went up, I bought 3 pounds of hot dogs, and I bought a half a dozen cans of Wolf chili, and I bought some cheese and some sauerkraut, all sorts of stuff, right? And I started making coney dogs. And I'm sitting there eating coney dogs. And I ate about a half a dozen of them. And then I go, okay, time to go to bed. Got up the next morning and made my coffee. Well, hey, you mix coffee with coney dogs and sauerkraut, chili, and all sorts of stuff on your gut. What's going to happen?
Bathroom trips. A lot of them.
Montezuma's revenge, right?
Right.
Well, it came about 20 minutes after I started drinking my coffee. And I think when I let that one fly, I felt the bowl kind of shake. Okay. It was a very moving experience.
You couldn't tell if you had put down with some force or you got lifted up a bit?
Yeah, just a bit. So, got that taken care of. Time for me to leave to work. You know, I'm all washed up and cleaned up and everything at that point. Oh, did I forget to do something? What did I forget? Did I forget to do something? Yes, I did forget something. I realized it about 5 minutes before I pulled into the parking lot at work. I forgot to flush the toilet. She got that for a week. I got to hear about it every day when I got home. Went to bed every night eating the same thing. Got up the next day and did the same damn thing. And I got to hear all about it. You know what I got at the end of that week? I came home to a meal that was not chili cheese coney dogs that she cooked. And at least the table next to my recliner had my remotes in a row, my ashtray off to the one corner, my drinks sitting between the remotes and my ashtray, and the books that I was reading on my table. And my chair was cleaned out and waiting.
Okay.
I was like, okay, I'll give you that. I got a hot meal. My drink was waiting. Everything's cleaned up around my chair. I will give you that. That at least is a start.
Yes.
Over the course of the following week, all the laundry got caught back up. All the floors were picked up except the kids' rooms because good luck.
Yeah.
All the dishes were done in the kitchen. And all it took was for me to utilize my colon to get it to happen. Is that a bad thing?
I think in that case, the ends kind of justify your means. There. I can't say that other people doing that method would have got the same result. I don't think I would have gotten that same result had I have gone through your course of action.
No, I know your wife. You probably would not. She would beat you.
Yeah.
And
Probably.
Since neither one of you work, you could get a rapid response.
Yeah. But I have to bear that in mind because I don't work, yet I still provide. So I'm just also on dad duty, which I kind of enjoy having a 10-month-old daughter. So.
Well, but I mean, on the flip side of the coin. But on the flip side of the coin with your wife, she's also got a way to provide as well.
Yeah. And sometimes we use her way of providing as a way for us to have date time, I guess. I just help her work while my oldest stepchild watches my youngest daughter.
But you see, you understand where I'm coming from, is that you guys have a method where you've discussed it, you've worked on it, it works for you.
Yeah.
See, all of these exes that I have, it's very low maintenance.
Julie and I have known each other for over 25 years. We know each other very well. We got each other kicked out of college.
Well, if you wouldn't have been caught in the 69 position on the altar of the chapel.
Yeah. Hey, I got kicked out for having sex in front of the chapel, an event that actually and factually did not happen. I guess oral could be considered sex, but it wasn't, intercourse.
All right, Clinton. You were in a Christian college. Of course they consider oral sex.
I don't know.
You just sounded like Bill Clinton right there.
Yeah, it's like while I was dating that Julie, my ex, who became my first ex-wife, was also named Julie. So there's me and two Julies. As the college put it, I was the eye of the storm and created such a disturbance that I had to be made an example of. I was expelled and exiled for 6 months. I could not step foot on campus for 6 months.
Yet, my college experience had panty raids.
And hey, I didn't have sex with my current wife, Julie, but I had a lot of sex with my ex-wife all over campus, as well as multiple places inside the chapel. Being a music major allowed me to have keys to practice rooms.
So did she try to shove a trumpet up your ass?
No.
And tell you instruments were fun?
She did attempt to tickle my organ and toot on my horn a few times. But,
So literally, while you two were doing that, that was kind of like your one time at band camp.
yeah, essentially. I was a troublemaker on campus just because I was doing what other college students were doing.
Dude, I mean, like I said, my college experience was a lot of binge drinking, concerts, panty raids, promiscuous sex, and all of it was okay because I went to Illinois State University, which at the time had the highest STD rate per capita of any other college in the United States.
I think it's still up there too.
I think they're still top 5, but I know back then it was numero uno. I'm like, I go to the college that has the most promiscuous sex of any other college in the country. Cool.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I could say that if I knew the people I know today back then, the only thing that I would have done different is I would have brought Fat 420 along with me.
There you go. I actually almost went to Illinois State University on their music major.
I was there on the Green to Gold program.
Okay.
Which is a military program that will send you to a college, which I was already accepted at Illinois State, and that's where I was getting all my correspondence credits for. But back then, they had correspondence courses where they sent you a book, and you had to do all the homework and the tests in the book, and then mail it with stamps in a package back to the university to get the credit.
Yeah.
But I was studying, I got my prerequisites done, and I was studying for my broadcasting degree. And I was already accepted at Illinois State. So literally, when I went green to gold, I went back to Illinois State University.
Okay.
But I mean, like I said, if I could change anything from then, I probably would have brought Fat 420 with me. If I had known him then, because, dude, I mean,
appreciate it.
I would have made sure that boy was laid all the time. But yeah, no, I really did. I had a great time in college. Then I got recalled to active duty. I did another year and a couple of months of active duty. Then I got out of the service. And I'll tell you what, I mean, that was kind of where everything kind of fell. It was like I was up in Wisconsin for a year, back to Illinois, then down to southern New Mexico, and I wound up there for 6 years. And I think after the military and everything else that I had done to try to prepare myself for the world, really the best experience I had for preparing myself for the world was that 6 years in Las Cruces. I mean, I really was. That was it. That was where I really grew up. And I learned about adulting, and I learned, I had just the best, most profound experiences of my life in that time. I met the 3 closest people, the 3 closest friends I have in this world. I met them during that time. And it's no slight against anybody that I know now. Okay. Please don't ever take it that way.
No, I don't.
And to anybody else either. The reason I say they are the 3 closest friends that I have in this world Good, bad, indifferent, thick, thin, don't matter. They have been there since day one. They've had my back since day one. And behind closed doors, like any of my true good friends will do, they will unceremoniously tell me when they think I'm wrong.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll admit, even I have a little bit of a hard time with that upon occasion. Just to be honest, but I'm not there yet. So,
What, telling me I'm wrong?
yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll let you think when I think differently, but I won't actually tell you you're wrong. I'll just give you a different point of view.
Yeah, and I mean, but no, like
And
them,
then you can kind
those
of
three,
as it goes.
like if I was to call you and say, you know what, I think today I'm going to put peanut butter on my balls and wait for a dog. You would say, I really don't know if that's a good idea.
Well, I think
Any one
about
of those.
what you have gone through. I would say, and I would take into account what you have gone through versus what you have not gotten to go through recently.
Right?
And I'd be like, well, what's the breed of dog?
Now, any one of those.
Dog? I mean, is it kind of bitey type of dog, or is it, just a very licky, happy dog? Because
Now,
maybe you need that. I don't know. But
any one of those three, on the other hand, I would call them and say the same thing. Each one of them would say the same thing, and I know exactly what they'd say. You want to know what it is?
Sure.
You are fucking wrong. I am on my way. You're going to the fucking whack shack. Just don't leave. I am on my way to strap you to the hood of the car and take you to the nut house. I will be there in 8 hours. Do not budge. That's the conversation. That's how it would go. And it'd be any one of those three.
Okay.
And only one of them, she'd go, and by the way, I'm not bringing my dog. Which, of course, then she'd realize what I did, and she'd be like, you just did that to create a fucking bit for the show, didn't you? Yes, I did. I am on my way to kick your ass. That's even more wrong than the thought of it being wrong. I am on my way to kick your ass. And every one of them. I hear the conversation just as plain as day. But you put the four of us in a room together, and we hadn't been around each other for 6-8 months. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. The first time I went back over there to visit was Labor Day weekend last year. Okay.
Okay.
I took the whole weekend. I stayed out there, had a hotel room. I stayed in Las Cruces. Night one had the four of us. Well, Meg and Steve and I met up at the bar.
Okay.
Ange was working. And we went into the bar.
Okay.
And she saw the two of them right away. And it's like, oh, hey, guys, what's up? What you drinking? And then I kind of made my way around up front. I was grabbed in a bear hug. I mean, done. She saw me, and I got attacked. And
it's good to be attacked in that kind of way.
yeah, and it ended up being all four of us, and just this big bear hug for what. I mean, we could have stayed there. And then when we sat down and we started talking, it was like we were all around each other yesterday.
Okay.
Now, of course, we all have to admit this. Each and every one of us has grown up and we've gone our own way, and we've had different things that have happened in our lives that have kind of shaped the adults that we are now. But the one thing that remains the same is no matter what, those guys, they're family. To me, they're family. My family don't recognize them, but they don't have to. They're my family.
Yeah.
If that dog gets hurt, I'm on my way out there to stand shoulder to shoulder and kick their ass. Any one of the kids get hurt, it's the same thing. Any one of them gets hurt, I'm coming to kill. And I mean, and I know that if I asked them, all three of them would be here right now to back me up, no matter what. Now that's a kind of friendship that you can't buy.
Yeah. Well, that's a friendship you have to grow. And you've just had more time with them to grow that kind of relationship. Period.
Oh yeah, I really did.
You know, you haven't. Yeah, I mean, you haven't had that kind of time with anyone else, really. Not in that kind of close quarters, and yeah, just not like that. Whether it's like with me or with 420, or the time's not there.
Well, no, I mean, I'll tell you flat out. Rage and I have known each other since 2004. We've known each other for 20 years. Mm-hmm. Going on 25 or 21. We've known each other for almost 21 years now. Here's the facts. I am not as close to Rage as I am those three in Las Cruces.
Okay.
Even today. Cultivating that kind of a friendship, that takes a strong bond, 1, time, 2, 3, here's a big one, some big experiences that you share together, some defining moments.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you what, man. When you get all of that all wrapped up, then you know you got something. I never ask those three to come here and back me up. I don't have to. But I'll guarantee you, when I tell Meg that the shit hit the fan and I'm crushed and I don't know what to do, She'll round the 3 of them up. She'll round the other 2 up, put the 3 of them in the car, and they'll be here in 8 hours. At my doorstep. I can't take that away. You know, and I mean, I challenge anybody to give me one person in their lives that they have that they could say that about.
I mean, having a friendship or any relationship for that matter like that is rare. Period.
And I got 3.
Yeah.
I challenge anybody I know to come up with one, not a spouse, not a relationship, and come up with one that is entirely platonic like that. I challenge anybody. I'm blessed. I got 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond blessed.
Yeah.
Do we get on each other's nerves? Absolutely. We're great at it. But you know what? We're all there for each other at the best of times, and we're all there for each other at the worst.
Yeah.
Granted, none of them said they'd ever be there if I ever get married again, because that's a big commitment. and they, you know, it's difficult, you know, trying to get that much time off.
Yeah.
I was pissed. I was pissed when I got told that. I'm like, really? You're going to pop that off at me?
Well, chances are, if you're getting married, you're at a good point in your life. It's not an emergency per se, but you know when the shit hits the fan, they're going to be there.
Oh, well, yeah, I know that. But I'm like, but none of you would be there to stand up for me at a wedding. And they said, fuck no. How many times have you been married now? I said, well, what if I wreck my bike? There's a kicker. Now, if I wreck the bike, they said they'd each be there to take turns to make sure I wasn't alone in the hospital.
Okay.
I said, what if I said I wanted to get back on the bike? Then they all 3 said that they would be more than happy to try to kick my ass to keep me from getting on that bike. I'm like, you ain't keeping me off a bike. And all of them realized that, yeah, that's pretty much fact. Huh?
Like, that depends upon how you are medically. If you're still in the hospital and you're trying to get on that bike, pretty sure they can kick your ass then, depending upon what happened on the bike.
Well, I mean, but the thing that each of them realizes is I love to ride. I mean, that is my passion. I love to ride. Don't take my bike away.
Yeah. Ruby would be very disappointed in you if you gave her
Exactly. She ain't going away. But damn, this went into like a really heartfelt subject. Now to get back to being unserious. That's what it was, though, is they know me the best. And even the 3 of them, kind of getting back around full circle to where I was at, even the three of them say that they really do believe that I must be the problem when it comes to my exes. And I go, well, this is what I ask. Well, that ain't much. No kidding. And then I give them sex. And I don't like being bad at anything. So I work at it. Then they start demanding it.
So good at it, it's just mind blowing to the girl, and it just drives them crazy.
I don't know how that's the case because I think I'm pretty fucking boring at it. I mean, I don't get it. Like, I've got a couple of strict rules. I've got a couple of strict rules. Like, number one, it's lick it before you stick it. Not vice versa. Number two, I will never lick the fart box. It's not going anywhere near my mouth. That's just going to give me a shitty taste. Number three, do not snowball me. And number four, no pegging, especially with bear claws. Because that's a waste of a good donut.
And all of those are fair boundaries to set up before you start playing.
Right.
Or at least I think so.
So, I mean, I don't feel comfortable with choking a girl. I don't feel comfortable with it.
Okay.
Because the last one that told me to choke her was after we got in a fight. So I'm trying to restrain myself because I really wanted to choke her out.
It's like you have to know how to do it right.
Yeah, I mean, this was.
Or can't.
And then I leaned back. Well, I leaned back and I told her after we were done, I leaned back and I'm like, look, that was angry sex to make up, right? Yeah. Don't ever ask me to choke you again during angry sex. Because I just might.
Military police. You were military police. You were taught to do things in such a manner that is not friendly or comforting.
No, not at all.
Especially choking.
Like, you're saying, oh, choke me. I will.
It's like, oh, choke me, daddy. Yes.
Okay, here it comes. I'll grab a hold and choke so hard that I'll feel the turd pop out. Just one of them. I'm going to choke you to fuck out. Yeah, you could. Really? Well, you really could.
Shit out of something.
Man, there's this individual walking across the lot right now.
Yeah.
I can't tell if that's a guy or a girl.
Hopeful lot lizard?
Not wearing that much crap.
Just because they're not in their uniform doesn't mean.
Well, that individual was in a FedEx uniform. So I'm at the FedEx yard. Let me describe the FedEx yard to you in Houston. There's a lot of trucks. There's fuel pumps. There's the big warehouse. And it has got two different fence lines with razor wire at the top. An inside and an outside fence line. You have to pass through a turnstile gate or come in through the truck gate.
Okay.
And there's only one way in and one way out. Once you're in here,
Okay.
it's a prison.
Makes sense. There are a lot of goods and packages stored there of various values.
Look, I don't want to hear about
missing.
I don't want to hear about people's package, okay?
It's FedEx. Come on. People's shipments. How about that?
That's a little better, I'll say. You know, I'm already fed up enough carrying their orders. I don't want to hear about their package. But no, it's just, like I said, it's just one of them things. You're like, you pull in here and it's like, welcome to Sing Sing.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like when you're driving down the lane.
There, so it's like they don't even have a concert there, so it's not like Folsom or nothing.
No, fuck no. I'd be happy if Johnny Cash was here. At least then being locked up in this prison would feel worth it.
Yeah. An exclusive concert.
Then they get angry with me for calling it a prison. I'm like, it is.
Like, what is your definition of prison?
Being forced to sit in a place against my will, waiting on something to happen that'll allow me to be free.
Yeah. Yeah, seems like that fits for the truck yard.
And they do it. Well, as you guys know, they do it to me every week.
Yeah.
Bear with me here as I do another.
It's all right, TJ. We know that when it comes to their packages, they love to watch you come and they hate to have you leave. So, I mean, you can only do so much, right? But no, that totally sounds like a prison with double barbed wire on 2 sets of fences, only one way.
No, dude, it's
one
crappy.
Way out, turnstile. Yeah.
And this is the point where I start sending them my credentials over and over and over and over again, going, approve my trip.
Yeah. Let me out.
Now, Adam will back up because he's talked to me, you guys, quite a bit on when I'm on the overnight shift too. And on the overnight run, being stuck here for a little while doesn't really bother me. It's like, it's all I'm doing that day. So if I get stuck for a few hours waiting, it is what it is, right?
Right.
It's the early days where I have to come in and do spots, and I've already put in an 8-hour day. Yeah. By the time I get here, and they want to drag it out, now we have an issue.
It's like, nope, let's go, Skippy. Let's hurry this the fuck along.
So I hit the gate today here at 9:15.
Yeah.
It's 10:15. I've been here an hour. Nothing. Not a word.
Just chilling.
If I call them, well, your trip planner's not here yet, and we don't know how to push a button. Just cut me the fuck loose then.
Yeah.
Like today, I brought them freight. They can send me back bobtail for all I give a shit. I brought them freight today.
Yeah.
But this is what you deal with. Not even the Army has perfected hurry up and wait as much as FedEx.
Does it really surprise you, though? I mean, really?
Yes, actually, the Army's been doing it longer. FedEx has it down to a science. And for a minute, I thought I heard the emergency broadcasting system.
Okay.
All right, so another update. Now, everybody remembers last week I was saying, man, I hope they get my Humera script done.
Yeah.
So they drug it out until yesterday of this week. By that point,
stuff, it's not a minor thing, right?
No, it's not. This is a 40 milligram injection that I have to take every other week.
Okay.
Now think about that. 40 milligrams. Doesn't sound like much, right?
Right.
But it's 40 milligrams of an immunosuppressor. Because psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis they're an autoimmune disease. It attacks your joints, it attacks your bone structure, it attacks everything.
Yeah.
When you see somebody that's got psoriasis that's untreated, and they've got those plaques, those big skin plaques on them.
Yeah.
That's the immune system eating their skin. Psoriasis moves on from that and goes after joints and bone structure and everything else.
So here's how I would imagine that, TJ. I would imagine that being like sandpaper in your joints, constantly rubbing like back and forth, even when you're trying not to move. It just feels like everything is getting scratched or burned, or it just hurts everywhere all the time, even when you're holding still or trying to hold still.
Dull pain when you're holding still. Like you got hit, you're constantly getting hit with a ball bat.
Okay. So I'm just trying to get this so that our listeners can kind of understand better, as well as myself, so that we know that this isn't a minor thing. This isn't a little thing that happened.
It had progressed so far this time to the point that the arthritic side of it started to flare back up. And when I would walk, it felt like I was walking on fire that was burning broken shards of glass that was in my feet all the time. And it burned all the way up my ankles.
So like walking on hot coals that also had like very sharp shards of glass in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's very...
You had to walk.
But I had to walk. When I would lay down, my back screamed in pain, especially my lower back. Okay. Everything hurt to use. Everything hurt to move. It was sucking my air out. I couldn't talk. And it eventually starts just taking away your will.
Yeah, it's like I can vouch for that because TJ, the calls from you dropped off. Like hard dropped off until like last night, this morning and stuff. I think we talked once yesterday, maybe twice. But other than that, you might as well have just been on radio silence. Because usually I get a call or two minimum from TJ. We talk often.
Yes.
And, when it doesn't happen, there's something going on. Usually I just assume that TJ's busy because with all the family stuff going on and friends and everything, sometimes he gets that way. He'll let me know later. So that's kind of what I counted on. But when it comes to this, TJ just let me know. It's like it hurts everywhere. No seeming reason other than, the diagnosis itself. And lack of the medication to fight it.
Right. Now, literally, the VA held this up for a fucking tuberculosis test of all things.
Really, a TB test?
Yeah. So I asked him. I said, "Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's go through this logically for a second here, folks. You're holding this up for a TB test. Yes. TB is viral, is it not? I believe it is.
Yeah, I believe so.
And all I get was the okay. I go, I'm asking you for an immunosuppressant. Yes. That I've been on for the last 3 years. Yes.
Okay, TB is actually a bacterial disease.
Is it bacterial?
Yes, it is.
I said, so I'm asking you for an immunosuppressant that I have been on for the last 3 years. Uh-huh. I'm still breathing fine. I'm not coughing up blood. I'm not showing any of the symptoms of tuberculosis. Uh-huh. What do you need a TB test for?
Yeah.
Well, to make sure that you haven't contracted it, and that's why you moved here. When did my medical file get changed to the name John Holiday?
Yeah.
I was like, last time I checked, this is Austin, Texas, not Tombstone, Arizona.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we need. I went in and I gave them their stupid fucking TB test.
Yeah.
And then the doctor calls me up yesterday and goes, I've got great news. Your TB test is negative. I said, I got even better news. Didn't I tell you it would be before we went down this rodeo? Give me my goddamn medication. Are you in that much pain without it? I said, I'll tell you what. I have an empty bottle here of Crown Royal. I'm going to come up there. I'm going to smash it on the floor. I'm going to cover it in gasoline. I'm going to light it on fire. I'm going to put your feet on it. And then you tell me what kind of pain I'm in. I got 3 boxes of that crap today. And one of my big things is I would prefer to take that shot at home. Adam can back this up. I walked directly into work, and I took the first one today.
Yep.
On the spot. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Get this shit working.
Yeah. The sooner you get it started, the sooner it becomes effective.
I am pleased to announce that my feet are not on fire anymore. It's a little numb, a residual that's left that honestly I'll sleep off when I get home from work. Okay. And I should be good to go.
Okay.
My hands are still freeing up a little bit. It was rough. I felt like I had been riding a motorcycle in 20-degree weather. I could not move my hands. It hurt. Now I'm finally starting to free up and feel better. Boy, you got to love that fucking FedEx thing. Awesome. I've got my new schedule.
Yay. Thanks, FedEx, for doing your job so TJ can do his. Now, if they could just get you loaded up and moving, maybe. You're not really one for sitting in one place doing nothing. Usually you prefer to keep busy. You must have him confirming paperwork and stuff on his phone. And that's okay, as long as it gets him moving. I'm sure he'll get there soon enough. I mean, he's only waited an hour and 15 minutes. What's another 15 minutes to hour? Let's hope that he doesn't have to wait that long.
Well, I'm working.
But we'll see.
I've got, looks like I'm going to have, let me check my schedule here. I'm looking at it.
Okay.
So this is, next week I got to work I'm off Tuesday and Wednesday. Then I got to work Thursday and Friday. But it's all the late shift next week. Okay. So after I do spots tomorrow, I'm back on the late shift for a while.
Okay.
Which will probably put me on spots the following week, and I'll be running that again. So, I mean, it's a flip-flop schedule. We're running 3 routes during peak, be ready to work 5-day work weeks. And I'm like, fuck. Isn't that what I do anyway?
Yeah.
I have some weeks that I work 6.
As long as you can get extra work to get some extra money coming in, I know that'll help, but that doesn't make it suck less.
Well, and I'm okay with that. It's like, but we got to get on the ball here. So with that being said, tonight, Adam, what are your final thoughts?
I hope everyone had a happy Halloween tonight. I hope if you weren't giving candy, you got candy in some way, shape, or form. Other than that, I hope everyone had a good night tonight. I know we did, and we will see you guys next time.
All right, and that about does it for us. Again, happy Halloween to everybody. Sunday night, we will see you 5 p.m. for Mayhem's Amigos. We're going to make sure to give Chris a lot of shit, and we'll see all you guys then. So take care, be safe, and watch out for each other, and we'll see you Sunday night. I am TJ. That's Adam, and this has been Amigos After Dark. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.